Hello, everyone. This is Becky here at Aunt Beck's Creations, and this is a private live. I'm just doing it as a private, and I'll put it to public after it processes. I have created a 2024 sewing list, a 2024 quilting list, and a 2024 crochet list. Now, I have pulled out some projects, but not all of them. So these are going to be the ones to get me started. And then as we start using these up, I'll go dig out some more because I have probably enough to do the entire year. So let's start with some things for the sewing list. Um, this hasn't really been, it's kind of been started, but not. But this was a remnant of some Rocklon curtain lining. And what I'm doing is I'm taking down the purchased curtains in our bedroom and adding another lining to the back because our neighbors leave all of their outdoor lights on all the time. So our room is always kind of lit, and being raised on a farm, that first light wakes me up. So as the sun would be coming up, which these lights act like that, I'm constantly waking up and waking up and waking up. So this is going to be maybe the first thing I do. Is line the last set of bedroom curtains with this. Okay. I don't know that I'll do these in order, but I will give them a number, put it that way. So that'll go in my box back here. Let me move the box closer. My crate. I emptied the crate so I could do this. Then I have this lunch tote that I made a while ago for Scott is too big and it doesn't have enough structure. So I'm going to pick it apart and redo it in the US Navy fabric. And when I redo it, it'll be smaller so that this will lay flat. He likes to use this as a kind of a placemat when he's eating. So I've got to take this one apart and rework it. And then I have another piggy one. It's just, that's all the components for another lunch tote. So I need to finish that and rework this. So I'm just going to put on here lunch totes. He could probably use a couple fresh ones because some of the ones we have are getting old and dodgy. So I'm just going to put on here lunch totes. All right, so that's another sewing project. Then, I don't know, I'm going to put this on here, but it's the hoodie hugs. I really wanted to be successful at this. And this was a pattern put out by Stephanie. Here's her pattern. It's called Hoodie Hugs. And it's by Stephanie Farrell Designs. And it looks really comfy and everything. Now, I had a lot of trouble. I'll show you the dress right now. Okay, here it is. And it has the hood here. It's all bunchy here. I think this fabric was just too stretchy for me. It's a beautiful fabric. So I don't know if I'm going to try to fix this. It's all dodgy. Look at the bottom, it's all dodgy. It's just not up to my particular standards. Now, and the sleeves got all wonky too. Where's a sleeve? Here. See, the sleeves are all wonky. I just don't like it. It didn't turn out for me. Maybe with something a little bit more stable, I'd have more success. But if I take this apart and maybe make a t-shirt out of it, if I can't get enough out of that, I did find the remnant for it. And I might have enough in the remnant to make me a top. And then I could just throw this in the donation box. So I'm going to do something about this hoodie hug. I'm just going to write hoodie hug on here. And I'm going to say resolve. That way I'll resolve whether I'm going to try to actually fix this or just give up and try again with a different fabric or something, but that'll go in the box. Boop. The next sewing thing I have were these two vintage dresses. Let me show you. I had started these, but I did not cut the skirts out correctly. So I ended up these little dresses. They're only a size 1 with a it says breast 20 inches. So I'm going to try to fix these. And I took the little swatches and I got some red fabrics in here. And they've already been pre-washed. They're ready to go. I just need to cut the skirts out. So I'm going to write on here. It's Butterick 9492. And then in parentheses, I'll put 2 dresses. I just wanted to make some vintage patterns to see how different they are. And they are different. I will tell you that. So that is that one. Then I'm making view 2 here. And I am so close to being done on this one. I've got the zipper is pinned in there. I'm going to baste it in place and then stitch it down. And I like to do the method where you close the seam with larger stitches. So you turn it up to like a 4 or 5, so you get more of a gathering stitch. And then after I sew on either side of the zipper teeth, then I just take those stitches out and it opens up and reveals the zipper. So that's the method I like to use. And you can see how close I am to being done. I have the sleeves are in here. And this one would be an easy finish. And let me write that one down. That's actually called a style pattern. And this is the one that Janet Nash sent me from Meljoy. Meljoy gave it to Janet, and Janet sent it to me. So that's on there. These are all the sewing projects. And then the last is this one here. I think it's the last actual sewing project. So that's 6. That's a good number to have. 6 things. Maybe 6 things on each list. I'll probably have more than that though. I know I do back in the room. But this is just to get us started. So all I need to do on this one, I've already split the seams. And what I need to do is take the front pattern piece, trace it out again, and do a smaller bust adjustment because I had added too much and I ended up with this huge flap. I'm learning to do full bust adjustments. I only need just a tiny bit more space in the front at the bust line, but then my waistline is, kind of out of control. So anyway, the new year is going to bring some changes, I hope, for us. So I need to just quickly fix that, which I need to trace and then I'll lay the pattern piece on the dress and recut out the sides. It's basically the sides I got to recut. So I'm going to leave the shoulder seams and all that attached, and I'm just going to trim the front piece. So there's that. So next, let's do the quilting things next, which I'll show you the pieces that I have that just need backings and to be quilted. This is a small, this could be, if I added maybe another border or 2, maybe a narrow border in blue and then a little bit wider border on the edge, then this would make a really nice baby quilt. And this was the Friendship Stars that we swapped with, I can't remember who else swapped. I know there was a Kathy and Janet Nash, and I think that was it. No, there was somebody else, wasn't there? I don't know. Anyway, I've put it together this far, and it just needs to be turned into a quilt. So I'll look in my stash of fabric and pull some fabrics out to make 2 more borders. So I'm just going to put Friendship Star Quilt. I think that's what that one was called. Friendship Stars. Friendship Star Quilt. So that's quilt number 1. Quilt number 2 is actually not going to be a quilt. This is going, I'm going to take and I'm going to turn this into a quilted tote bag. And what I'm thinking is I will just make it into one of those real boxy tote bags. Yeah. I'll just take it apart at this seam so I have 4 across, one like that. And then I can actually get 2 tote bags out of this. So I'm going to, this was the blocks, the thrifted blocks from the bins that I just put together. And I'm going to turn this into two quilted totes. I'm calling that one a partial because it's sewn together. And I'm going to take it apart and turn it into 2 quilted totes. And I'll just put here, it's a bins project because all of these squares were in the bin and I rescued them at the Goodwill. Then the next one I have, it has its extra fabric that I kind of set aside. I was thinking I might just do a pieced backing. So I have these fabrics here to go with this quilt here. And this is more of one like you would put in your car just to have in case of an emergency. But it's just all pieced like this. This one's ready to be made into a quilt. I just need to decide on a backing. And we'll call this one the red border quilt because I don't know what else to call it. And I like to fold the extra pieces inside like that. So there's that. I'll call that one the red border quilt. That one might be good as a baby gift. I could give, it's more toddler sized blanket, but it would be something I could give somebody for a baby gift. So that's like 2 baby gifts there. And then 2 tote bags. Now this one was the 2022 Sweet Dreams by Pat Sloan. And I've been working on it. And I've got more blocks to add to it. But this is as far as I got. But I do have the border blocks that go around the outer edge. But I'll show you. It's all done in batiks. And mine look totally different because I didn't do the colorways that she had done. But this is what I have so far. Oops, upside down. There's a heart in the middle. That's why I know it's upside down. See? There you go. And this one was called Sweet Dreams, right? I think that's what I said. So I'm working with way different colors than she did in hers. This one needs to be finished because it's starting to fray on the edge, and that's never good in a quilt. So I have, that is the center portion of it. I have some of blue to add borders. There's the layout. So what you saw was just the inner part of it where it's got the blocks here, and then I've got the top borders. I need to add these borders. So there's that. And then I've got yellow to add another little narrow border if I need to. But then I have all of these blocks go around the outer edge. I can't remember how big a quilt this makes, but it was the 2022 Quilt Along Sweet Dreams Pat Sloan. So I'm going to put on here Sweet Dreams. And that was the 2022 Pat Sloan project. So yes, that's how I do. I do a lot of it and then it's set aside and then, yeah. And I also have, that goes along with that, this cool cat box. And it has, oh, it has a bunch of stuff in it that wasn't supposed to be in here. But it's got all my batiks, and I bought all these different hand quilting threads. So I can do, on this quilt, I can switch it out and change the colors. So for the quilting on this particular quilt, I have 5 different colors. So I can do that. And if I need any more batiks, this actually holds my batik collection of fabrics. Now there were some other things tucked in here. I'm going to go ahead and stick them back in here, but I got just some jellyfish and just some fabric I had picked up. There's the exercising avocados. I picked up this remnant to make the Barbies some disco clothes, but I'm not going to worry about those. I just want to focus on the box lid went behind me. I want to focus on finishing, remember? So we'll put that quilt in the box. So that gives me 4 quilting projects. And to me, that's enough to get the year started. So that's 10 projects so far between sewing and quilting. I need to let a cat in. One moment. Did you get cold? Well, come on. You can hear me talking. All right. So the last list I had said that I was going to work on is some unfinished crochet projects. So the first one is this one here, and I will tell you the yarn I'm using is this Comfy Cotton Blend by Lion Brand. This is a delight to work with. I don't know if it's still available or not. The hook for the project is in here, which is good. Of course, it's a J hook because that's what I love to work with. So, oh, this could be a real problem. Okay, no, it's not. I'm just doing a corner-to-corner baby blanket. So I know exactly what to do. This will be a quick finish. I thought I was doing a sweater with this, but that's a different yarn. So this is a C2C, which is corner to corner, comfy cotton blanket. And I have 3 balls total. So what I will do is I'll get my postal scale and I'll weigh the ball. And when I get to half of its weight, then I'll start decreasing. So I'll do 1 ball and a half of another. Then I'll start the decrease to work to the opposite corner. And people say, why do you weigh the ball? Because that will tell me when I'm halfway through the ball. So this is a corner to corner, and it's going to be so lush and soft. Maybe somebody will have a little girl that I can give that to. So, ooh, I'm excited about that project. So there's that one. Oh dear. Let's see. I think I have more sewing projects that I just came across. This is more crochet. Put this hook back in there so you'll remember. This is a crazy bag. Well, let's pull out and see what we got in here. Okay. I have started something here. And I put a stitch marker to tell me which is the right side of it. So that's the right side. But the problem is I'm not seeing the pattern in here, which that's kind of weird. Now this, I've always said I don't knit, but this is a corner to corner knitted Afghan that I started. But what I might do with this one is I might just pull it out. I have 2 different sized hooks, it looks like. Not hooks, but needles. Yeah. And what I was doing is I'm using 2 sets and working halfway across. Not sure why I was doing that. I guess for when I got out. And the thing about it is I only have this one skein. I think I'm going to take this apart and just ignore it. So that one's not going to be included on the list. That one I'm just going to break down. I might do that with that green yarn too if there's not a pattern in here. Oh, well, apparently I started a teddy bear. Its crochet hook is in here, but there's, and I found the scissors I've been looking for ages. It only has the one ball, and I don't think that's enough. And there's my needles I've been looking all over for. This might be another one that I just take apart. It's using a size G hook. Please stop. Please stop, Callie. Because I don't think that one ball is going to finish this teddy. So I'm going to take that one apart. I didn't say I had to leave them as projects. All right. What's in this project bag? What's in the bag? What's in the bag? Okay. This was the ball of yarn that Lisa had spun and sent to me. And I had started a hat, and the pattern's not here. And I only have that much of it. Oh, and it's knitting again. So I think I'm going to just pull this one apart too. So today, I don't know why there's such a long tail left. I guess to sew the hat together. Please stop, cat. I'm going to take this one apart because the pattern's not with it. That's the danger. When you lay a project down, you might lose the pattern or whatever. And what I might do is just put some of this yarn into some of these beat up project bags. Sorry about the cat. She's determined to go in and out. So far I have just one crochet project. Oh, what is this one? What's in the bag? Oh, okay. All right. This actually needs to go on the sewing list, and it's almost needs to be put on slow stitching. I'll show you. I created a tiny little bag here. And what I was doing to it is I did all this embroidery on it. And it says handmade, and I crocheted some little flowers with the crochet cotton. And there's the hook for that is there. And then I had also, there's other little bits of denim in here. And some of these, I had used some pens that you can paint on fabric. And so there's a little heart So I could attach that somewhere on here, cut it out and stitch it down. And I've got another little thing that I crocheted. And then this I picked up at a thrift store. So I was going to turn this into a crossbody tiny bag, but I think it's pretty narrow. So now I'm leaning almost toward, it still would make a cute bag. I'll think on this. I'm just going to put on here tiny tote, tiny bag. This one would be pretty easy to finish. If I did a rope handle, this would be cool. I don't think my phone will fit in this now, because by the time I put the seams in there, it would be too much, because I'll put a 1/4 inch seam. So you'll lose a 1/2 inch, a 1/4 and a 1/4 is a 1/2. What if I turned this into a cool needle case and added some long strips of fabric in there? What would be cool is if I could add a clear pocket of some sort with a like zipper closure. So I could put like those needles I just had, like these, the yarn needles. If I made a pocket for them in there, then this could actually go with my hand stitching bag. I might do that. I think I already have a needle case for that. But I would like to finish this little bag up. We might do that. Finish the little bag. And I'm going to go ahead and leave the hook and the crochet cotton in here. Yeah, it's got my old phone's measurements in it. So that'll go in our box to be finished. And then this is a baby sweater. And it looks like I need to see where I am with it. Looks like some of this has come out, but then it only needs the other sleeve and then some little buttons on the front, or even just a little button at the top, or a tie or something. And I think the pattern is here. It is. There's the pattern. And this is in this book here, Baby Layette's book 2. And I was just making a little sweater. Yeah, it's got 3 buttons you have to put on the front. So this would be something easy to finish on up. 2 is pink baby sweater. Pink baby sweater. All right, so I'm going to put that back in my Lexington Medical Center tote so that it's all together. Did it have a hook in here with it? Did it have its hook? What size hook? A D. I'm not here. I need to get a D hook and put in here. I'll put a D hook on here. A D hook. All right. So there's a baby sweater. And then I got the corner to the corner blanket. I'll add it to the Lexington Medical Center bag. So all the crochets together here. I'm going to take these other projects apart that I put off to that side because there's too much missing. Now let's go back to the sewing, because in here, you guys are going to die laughing. These dresses were started for my nieces that are now in their 20s. That's how long these have been in process. So basically, one dress is finished, and its little jacket just needs the sleeves. So this set is nearly done here. And then I have another whole set here. And the pattern is in here, which is New Look 6619. And I think I have this twice, this pattern twice. The dress does have a zipper. And there's the little jacket. So I just need to add the sleeves to that one. And I don't even remember which sizes I made. Looks like I traced them out. Size 8. I think they're both size 8. And they're both exactly alike. So if I lift the jacket off, you guys can see the little dress I made. And it's got a little button there. And it's lined with lining. And it's just a real pretty dress. When I get them both finished, this one's completely finished. It's been hemmed and everything. The jacket just needs the sleeves. So that'll be an easy finish. Why I've kept it for 20-something years is beyond me. I made this when I first started working at Joann's. That's been ages ago. So I've got the 2 little pansy dresses to add here. Pansy dresses, because they're both with pansies. Pansy dresses. And I told you guys the pattern number, and now I've forgotten. And I think I picked this up at the thrift store. It's a New Look 6619. I'm kind of toying around with the idea of each week put the numbers in a jar and deciding that way about what will go next. All right, that hanger is just not wanting to do. We're going to just stop. All right, so there we go. I have 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Oh, wait, I have one more crochet project that I want to get finished. Mixed yarn Afghan. And you guys have seen that in some of my videos before, and it's sitting here behind me. So I think that gives me plenty to do. I'll just quickly show you the mixed yarn Afghan here. And all of this yarn was sent to me by J.L. Johnson, Janice. So I mixed up the real thin stuff with some of the thicker stuff, and that's how I'm getting all this beautiful texture. So if you're out thrifting, grab all the fun yarn. Go for it. Just go for it, because you can mix it with others. And I've even used just a single 4-ply on some rows and just loosened up my stitch a little bit. So it's staying nice and rectangular. And I still have quite a ways to go, but this is something I can work on when I'm watching a movie. And I'm using, I think it's called the coffee bean stitch for this one. Super easy stitch. But another project that has to be completed. Doesn't it look pretty? Oh, it's so pretty. I can't describe how this feels. It's delightful. And I lost my hook. I heard it. I'm using a K-hook on this one. See if I can get that back in the bag. All right. I think that's good enough for right now. I'm going to sit here and dismantle some of this stuff and put the hooks away or needles away and whatever. And I will talk to you guys in the next video. And I think this is a good start for me. And as we finish these up, we'll add new stuff to it, but not new projects. There'll be new things I had previously started. So I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.